Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday to you. I hope that you are doing absolutely amazing. Um, I am going live on Saturday morning, like I try to do every Saturday, to talk about topics that I think will benefit you, empower you, encourage you, move you, do all the things that matter, and will help you kind of move the needle as you are looking to embrace the life that you desire and to spark your flame and blaze your uniquely divine trail, which is what we like to do here at Spark Her Blaze. So this morning, I am going to be talking about a topic that probably most of you do not think has to do with love, but I promise you it does. This month, I am trying to do a series every week about love is, and I want to look at non-traditional, unexpected ways that we can love ourselves and love others. And today, I want to talk about how love is taking care of your brain. All right, I'm going to jump right in it like I always do. Love is taking care of yourself by taking care of your brain. Y'all, when we were in school, I remember in elementary school, there were, we learned about hygiene, dental hygiene. You got to brush your teeth 3 times a day. You need to exercise. You need to eat well. We learned all these things about our health that were supposedly going to keep us alive longer, right? And keep us have a better quality of life. But one of the areas that I never knew, that was never taught to me, was about how to keep my brain healthy. And keeping your brain healthy is actually critical to your quality of life, as well as the duration of your life. And so taking care of your brain is critical not to your quality of life, but to the length of life that you lead. And so that is why today I want to talk about how on earth do you take care of your brain? Now, I'm going to tell you, a few years ago, the reason why I came across this topic and I wanted to talk about it and realize how important it was, is because years ago, I was sitting down with a therapist and she actually took out a diagram of the brain and started explaining all the pieces to me. She was like, this is the hippocampus and the amygdala and the synapses and all these different aspects of the brain that I had never learned about. And so from there, I started doing more research about the brain and just found out how much I did not know and how that lack of knowledge was impacting the way I led my life and the quality of it. So as she broke it down to me, I realized that there were some specific things that I could be doing every day to help take care of my brain. And that is what I want to share with you. It's not about supplements or anything like that. I don't sell any of that stuff. Nobody's paying me to talk about this. But this is stuff that I have learned over the years through my own research and through experts that have shared information on how important it is for you to take care of your brain. So the first thing I do every day I attempt to do is to make sure I tell the whole truth. Now, I know that may seem pretty obvious. You'd be like, Nija, are you a liar? Is this something that you do you make a practice of telling lies? Well, what I didn't realize is that in actuality in my life, I was telling myself more lies than I actually care to admit. Not lies by deliberately telling myself lies, but often lies by omission. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is that I would have experiences during my day and they'd be bad. And I would let that bad situation, it's like somebody be like, how's your day going? It's going terrible. And often when you say that, it's because of something particular that happened that day that's causing you to look at that day and say, my day is not going well. And so what I learned as a way to take care of my brain was I needed to start telling myself the whole truth. And the whole truth was something didn't go well. But when I looked at it in perspective to the entire day, maybe 5% of my day didn't go well, but 95% did. Now, this, my friend, is critical to the process of treating your brain well and helping keeping it well. Thinking positively has been shown to people who think positively are more creative. They solve more problems. And research tells us that happy thoughts lead to more happy thoughts. Now, what I didn't know is that throughout our day, you and I are having 6,200 different thoughts a day. 6,200 different thoughts a day. And so throughout the day, thoughts are coming in and out, good, bad, crazy, indifferent. Those thoughts are coming. Puts a whole new perspective on the idea of taking your thoughts captive, right? When you realize that there are 6,200 thoughts going through your mind every day. And so this is what I found out. I found out that every time I have a good thought, well, not every time, but many times when I have a good thought, I am releasing chemicals and triggering neurons in my brain that are contributing to my brain's health. And many times when I have a negative thought, I am releasing into my brain chemicals and triggering neurons in my brain that are hurting my brain, basically, in so many words. Now, I'm not the expert. You can read up on the experts, but in essence, when you think a positive thought, you are releasing releasing positive chemicals in your brain. And when you have negative thoughts, you are releasing negative chemicals in your brain. It's almost like, y'all, there is literally like a war of the good and bad chemicals in your brain, that the neurons, the good ones, are being triggered by your thoughts. And so when we let that get out of control, what happens is our brains suffer. We're not as creative. We're not as good at solving problems. And in fact, when negative thoughts happen, it actually takes brain power away from the cognitive thinking side of your brain, which is why when you're in a bad mood or things aren't going well, you can't even think straight. That's because energy is being taken from the part of the brain that thinks straight, that is rational, the cognitive part, and being devoted to the part of the brain that is having these negative thoughts. Y'all, this is why brain health is so important. So one of the ways that I keep a handle on that daily is I journal. And I don't just journal. I call this very specific, purposeful journaling. I'm not talking about just putting your thoughts out on the paper, which is nice. And I don't knock anybody who does that. But if you want to actually be proactive about taking care of your brain, once you get those thoughts out, you want to identify the lies and replace those lies, those negative thoughts, with positive ones. And that is one of the specific ways that I journal in a way to help, facilitate a healthy brain for me. Okay. So number one, tell yourself the whole truth is one of the ways to keep your brain healthy. And the trick to doing that is reframing and being very specific and deliberate with your journaling that allows you to not just get all those negative thoughts out on paper, but then to circle the lies, call them out, and then deliberately replace them with more truthful, holistic perspective. So number one, tell the whole truth is going to help keep your brain healthy. Number two, learning a new skill, doing something new will help keep your brain healthy. Now, a lot of times people are going to look at me and they're like, oh my gosh, Naj is always out there doing something. She's out there doing new things, doing this. And part of my practice of taking care of my brain is I am regularly looking for opportunities to do new things. Take the course, take the dance class, take the art class, do the things that are going to get your brain moving. Because when you do new things, you are actually developing new brain pathways. You heard me, developing new brain pathways in your brain. So it's not just for the fun of it, although you do get the benefits of having fun, but doing new things actually helps to stimulate new brain pathways. And that is important to our brain health. The third thing I do in terms of making sure I take care of my brain, and this may seem obvious, but I'm going to tell you, I don't play with my sleep. I don't play with my sleep at all. And it's not for the reasons that you probably think. Of course, everybody says you need to get your 7 to 9 hours of sleep, but there are very specific reasons and benefits to the brain for getting your regular sleep. Okay. Number one, when you sleep, your brain creates what's called kind of like a memory book. So it starts piecing together the parts of your day that were good, that were interesting, and kind of creates like a little memory book, like a photo album of good things and positive things and interesting things that happen in your day. And that happens when you sleep. Now, the other benefit, the other thing that's happening with your sleep, it's like your brain is going on rinse cycle in your washing machine. It is rinsing off the negative experiences that you had in your day. And that happens during sleep. So this is another part of the reason why good, solid 7 to 9 hours worth of sleep, that's what Dr. Gupta says, 7 to 9 hours of sleep is going to be critical to your brain health because it's going to rinse the negative thoughts while you sleep while creating a memory book of the good thoughts while you're sleeping as well. And that is all helpful to your survival. And people who are having these regular sleep, you are taking better care of your brain. All right. So the next thing that I do to make sure that I take care of my brain is going to be one that you probably expect as well. But again, not for the reasons why. What if I told you that doing this one thing was like putting fertilizer on your brain? This is what Dr. Sanjay Gupta says, y'all, not me. He says that doing this one thing is literally like putting fertilizer on your brain. And that one thing is physical activity. Physical activity, y'all, it actually contributes to brain cell growth and brain cell survival. So when you're exercising, it is not just for your physical health. Yeah, you can lose weight. Yes, you're going to feel better. Yes, you're going to, have more muscles and stamina and all those good things that are good for your heart. But actual physical activity is also helping with your brain growth, brain cell growth, and brain cell survival, according to the experts. So that is another reason to put on the list of why you need to be getting physical activity in every day. The other thing, which is probably not going to surprise you, but is also really important, and the reasons why shocked me, were human connection. Now, I'm going to tell you how you can actually connect the physical activity part with the human connection part, because this is something that I do at least 5 times a week. I'm getting my physical health in and my human connection at the same time, contributing to my brain health. Human connection, people who have that have fewer health problems and they also live longer. So you want to make sure that you are connecting with your sisters, connecting with your friends, connecting with people. It is critical to your brain health. Okay. Now, one of the ways that I connect physical health and human connection is I take my calls on the road. What does that mean? Listen, I talk to a friend every day. And when I'm talking to them, I usually give them, hey, I want to give them my undivided attention. But what I found is that while I'm on the phone with a friend, at that same time, I could be doing my physical activity. Often I walk and run at least 5 times a week with a friend. I call a friend up. I'm like, hey, let's go for a walk. And we go for a walk while we talk. Y'all, your brain is like, there's like a party happening in your brain when you are having physical activity and connection at the same time. I didn't just say this. Dr. Gupta says it. So if you don't believe it, take it up with him. But this is a way, again, that you can contribute to the actual health of your brain and not just leave your brain health to chance. Now, the last thing, and this one's not going to surprise you, and it's for all the obvious reasons, but I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. If you are having difficulty with maintaining positive thoughts, which we talked about why these positive thoughts are so important, because they are dumping chemicals, good and bad chemicals, into your brain whenever you have a positive and negative thought. If you are struggling with keeping positive thoughts, you're the cynic, or maybe you are often pessimistic, get you a therapist, get an expert who can help you manage those thoughts. It is not just for fun or something that people do just because, but actually getting a therapist helps with your brain health. And as I was explaining to you, your brain can deteriorate over time, or you can be taking proactive steps to increase its functionality, to increase your brain pathways, and increase the cell growth, brain cell growth that's happening in your brain by taking these particular 5 steps. And these are the ones that I try to do just about every day, if not every other day. That is telling myself the whole truth. I do that using a journaling practice. I do that using a reframing practice. It is by Getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep, because what we found out, if you didn't hear this from the beginning, that getting sleep actually creates a memory book in your brain that helps you remember good thoughts. And it also does the rinse cycle on your brain for the negative thoughts. Start some new things. Doing new things actually stimulates brain activity. So try some new things. It is not just going to make you feel good, but it also is going to make your brain healthier. Physical activity, like Dr. Gupta says, it is like putting fertilizer on your brain when you do physical activity. Getting those social connections in. People who live longer when they have those social connections. And last but not least, don't leave out your mental health professionals, those who can help you get tools to keep your brain healthy. So I hope that that was helpful to you. If you found any of this helpful, I would ask that you do one of three things for me, or maybe all three. Like, comment, share, like, comment, share. That's how people find out about the information that we are bringing here on Spark Her Blaze. I believe that this information is invaluable. It changed my life. When I learned that I needed to add not just taking care of my physical body, not just taking care of my teeth, but also adding taking care of my brain as part of my regular practice, I'm telling you, my life changed. If you caught the end of this or you didn't hear it from the beginning, please catch the replay. I promise I'm sharing some tips that you can use every day to go about not just making sure that you stay physically healthy, but you keep that brain healthy as well. All right, y'all have a great day. Happy Saturday, and I will see you again. Take care.